by surprise.
What? Was he reading my mind?
I've never met anyone like you before.
Someone like me?
Yeah, you're so determined. Even though you didn't know a thing about flamenco, you've managed to pick it up in a matter of months. And you're better than people who've been doing it for years.
Better than you?
Hey, I never said that.
We laughed, pausing to look into one another's eyes. Javier hesitated for a moment.
Abby,
Yes,
I'm really glad you're my partner.
me too. I smiled back at him. We were both holding back. We could cut the tension with a knife. Suddenly, a car honked and pulled up next to us, nearly rolling over my foot. It turns out it was Javier's ex-girlfriend, Gabriela. She gave me a once-over, and I knew exactly who she was. She was one of the most famous TikTok stars in all of Europe. Javier sprung up to greet her.
Gabriela, what are you doing here?
I made a mistake, Javi. Can we talk? Javier looked back at me, and I reluctantly shrugged him off as if it was no big deal. How stupid of me to think that this beautiful Spaniard would take me seriously. I should concentrate on getting the prize money to get back to New York. Plus, I don't want to fall in love or feel love ever. Everything changed when she came back. Everyone was excited to see her and Javier together. They decided she should join our dance number so we could win the competition. Gabriela was a force to be reckoned with. She was beautiful, talented, and used to getting what she wanted. And what she wanted was to win Javier back, and also to make my days a living nightmare. Gabriela pulled me aside when no one was looking. Abby, I see you're hanging around Javier a lot lately, trying to steal him away from me. What? No, of course not. We're just partners. Sure. And I'm just here to watch paint dry. Look, Gabriela, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not interested in Javier that way. Really? Then why does your face color change like you're caught in the act? I guess I should go now. I'm too busy. Okay, fine. Maybe I did like Javier a little bit. Actually, more. One day, everyone was practicing in the studio, and Gabriela pretended to trip and... fall. Javier came to her aid. She faked an ankle injury so that she could wrap her arms around his neck as he picked her up and brought her to the chair. As he did, she stared daggers at me. I couldn't help but feel jealousy bubble up inside me. When Javier sat her down, she whispered loud enough so that I could hear too. I miss you, Javi. I miss you taking care of me like this. You clearly faked that. Everyone can see that you're lying.
Gabriela is hurt, Abby. Why would you say that?
That night, I sadly watched Javier take Gabriela home. I stormed back inside my house and slammed the door shut. My parents' hearts nearly leapt out of their chest.
Careful. We don't want to give your grandma a heart attack. Or me, for that matter.
I ran into my room and shoved my head into my pillow. I knew this wasn't going to be the end of it. They were officially back together. She was not only a distraction for Javier, but they became a distraction for me. I couldn't escape them. I finally started to see Javier at school because he would meet up with Gabriela in the quad at lunch. I had to watch as everyone fawned over her. She didn't even go to our school. The principal should kick her out. But of course, they didn't. She was a celebrity after all. Ugh. I was so irritated, I rushed to the closest door I could find, the janitor's closet, to get some space. I shut the door and stood there, taking deep breaths. Then I heard,
Abby, is that you? Can you come out, please? Sorry if I was harsh on you the other night. Gabriela admitted she tripped to get my attention. You were right.
Are you mad at her?
Nah, I think what she did was endearing. She never used to go out of her way to pay attention to me. Something changed in her when she came back to Spain after her tour.
Yeah, it was me. She's doing all of this to get back at me out of spite.
You want to practice our routine after school?
That night, Javier opened his door all distraught. Him and Gabriela had gotten into a fight over me coming over. Then his phone lit up and Gabriela was calling him. He ignored it. Are you sure you don't want to get that?
She can wait. I'm busy, and she's probably trying to see if we're together. I don't understand why she's being like this. Anyway, shall we?
He pulled me closer, and we started to dance. When we stopped dancing, our faces were inches away from each other. I wanted to kiss him so bad, but instead, I pulled away from him. We can't. You're with Gabriela now.
You're right. I'm sorry.
But despite our best efforts to keep the peace, Gabriela had been outside watching. Her eyes flamed with intense rage. She nearly broke down the door, demanding answers from Javier. What is she doing here, alone with you?
We're not children, Gabriela.
I'm just gonna let myself out. Let me walk you out. What part of Javier and I are dating do you not understand? Why are you so threatened by me? Threatened? All right, fine. You want to play? Let's play. She stormed away from me as I braced for further impact, but I too was fuming. I hated that I was caught in the middle of a love triangle I never asked for. She saw me as a threat, and she made sure to let me know it. She even kissed Javier in front of me to get under my skin. Our whole studio went out dancing at a nightclub to celebrate our hard work. Javier and I started to dance on the dance floor together. Gabriella yanked him off the floor and told him, either you replace Abby with another dancer, or we end things right now.
Don't be ridiculous, Gabriella.
Ridiculous? You two clearly have something going on. Gabriella stormed. Knows how important today is for me. He knows that I need the prize money, and instead he leaves me high and dry for Gabriella. I'll do anything to win this competition, even if it means I have to go out on that stage alone. Esteban, I've got this. I'm gonna perform alone.
You sure?
I walked out on stage. Javier was nowhere to be seen in the crowd. The music came on, and I started to come alive, leaping across the stage effortlessly. But as soon as I landed, one of my heels snapped, and I realized someone had purposefully messed with my heel. Gabriella was smiling wickedly at me from backstage, and then I realized it was her. Then I saw my parents backstage, signaling for me to come to them. I ran to them, deeply embarrassed. My mom pulled me into a hug, and I held back tears. Nothing was going the way that I wanted it to. Mom, Dad, you came? We wouldn't miss it for the world. My mom wiped the tears from my face, and instantly felt the warmth of my parents' love. I was so appreciative and happy that they were here for me. My heels, they're nothing we can't fix.
When you first started dancing, your mom and I were a bit skeptical. We were worried about your future and wanted you to have a stable career. But what we failed to see was the joy that dance brought into your life and the talent that you possess. I don't want you to have to worry about money, so go out there and enjoy yourself. We're so proud of you, Abby.
That was the confidence boost I needed. I waltzed back on stage, and as I finished my dance, the audience erupted into applause. I looked around and saw smiles on my friends' faces, but a shock on Gabriella's face as she fumed backstage. When I exited the stage, I found Javier waiting backstage for me. Before he could even open his mouth, I began to spew. Javier, don't even try to talk to me.
Wait, Abby, just hear me out.
You think saying sorry is going to make this all go away?
Abby, please, give me a chance.
You want to make it right? You had one job, to show up and dance with me. But instead, you chose to play your little games with Gabriella. Well, congratulations. You got what you wanted. You made me look like a fool in front of everyone.
I told Gabriella that I wasn't going to swap you out for another dancer, so she deceptively locked me in a closet until the performance was over. I have spent the past few hours trying to break the lock so that I could get to you. I am so sorry, and I let you down.
She locked you in a closet? What about Esteban?
That was Gabriella. I didn't tell Esteban anything. I wanted to be up on that stage with him. I'm so sorry. Gabriella and I are done now. It's over between us. I realized something today. I don't want to be with anyone else. I only want you. Do you forgive me?
Before I could